10.
There's nothing. It looks like it might make a little click sound when it goes down, but it's attached to nothing.
I point the whole "this way is safe" out to Jack.
Jack just kind of looks at you and looks at it and goes, well, yes, that's the language of pirates. That's obviously the way to go.
Of course. And then I just go.
He follows behind and literally nothing happens as you walk on these pressure plates, other than the clicking sound. When you reach the end, you get to a small doorway, or archway, I should say, not doorway, archway, that leads into a room. Across the room, what you see is a door that seems to have some sort of face imbued on it. And above the door is writing that says, the password is monkey.
I don't trust it.
As you enter the room, you see Jack kind of wander off to the side, and he picks up a rock and just kind of stares at it. Puts it up to his ear, listens to it, you would think, and then puts it down and
Jack
just
has
still
a magic
stares
rock
at
like
it.
Me.
So, do you know any monkeys?
So you say, do you know any monkeys?
Yes.
As you say, do you know any monkeys? At the sound of that sentence, suddenly you feel yourself feel a little burnt for 1 point of fire damage.
Yay, fire damage.
Jack turns and looks at you and goes, yeah, you got this. And goes back to putting that rock down and going over to another rock and shaking it, flipping it over back and forth, trying to examine it.
Okay, if you think so, Jack. I suppose I'm gonna search around the doorway.
As you begin to search around the doorway, walking up to it, the door's face seems to come alive, as if it is a face, as if this is some sort of magical door. It blinks with its wooden eyes, or it blinks its wooden, whatever. Fuck, what is... Wooden eyelids in front of its wooden eyes. I don't know why I was having such an issue with this word.
And suddenly we're playing Fable.
It just blinks its eyes and goes, why, hello! Someone new to talk to. And that's when we're going to swap on over to the other group, the farm group.
This group, by the way. We were just here. Where did Jared's token go?
On Lamb's name. Wait. No, it's
Sorry,
over
I thought
there
I
now.
lost a sheet of paper here. Alright, so. Kelb, Demois, and Noah. You guys were heading down the hill towards the forest.
Are you sure it was down and not up?
I think it was down.
Maybe slightly to the left.
I guess. If you want to leisurely drift to the left. Or not leisurely, lazily. Sorry.
Well, you could be leisurely, too.
True.
You manservant, carry me!
So,
Anyway.
you guys are walking down, tracking, whatever went this way.
Well, do we find what we're tracking for?
Yeah, I was going to say, if my Celestial Familiar was a little bit more mature, I could actually use it for tracking, but seeing it as a puppy, I'm sure it doesn't have that ability yet.
Do you try summoning your familiar?
I don't feel like it could track at a puppy stage.
Probably not, but I don't know. Maybe you just try summoning it. I don't know.
Nah, not yet. Not at this time. I guess
Okay.
I might do it like if we look and like find nothing.
Well, you guys travel down, and to your left is kind of like open.
So it was to the left.
Open
Lamb was
field
right.
that goes into forest, and to your right is forest. So
So we're in the forest.
yeah, and the pathway clearly leads into the pathway to the right.
Oh yeah, there's even a pathway here. Thank you, background image.
Could we see if we spot goblin tracks, right?
Yep. And when I say path, I don't mean like path. I mean just the trail. But yeah, you can go ahead. Roll me a search.
Well, good thing this background image has a path and a trail on it. And yes, I'm referring to the same thing. Good old path trail.
So 16.
16. All right. So Demois Demois' character seems to have found a path, and he. Do you inform the other two, or do you just head on off, Demois?
Hey guys, it appears that the goblins went this way.
What makes you say that?
Real quick. Noah, are you able to talk?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure if you were muted or not.
You mean normal Noah stuff?
Right. I just had to make sure. All right. So go ahead and say what you're gonna say now, Demois. Sorry for cutting you off.
That's fine. I knelt down and point at the tracks that I spotted. Not really saying anything, just kind of like
Did Marcus even say you found tracks? All he said was you found a path.
Well, he was looking specifically for goblin tracks, and in a little bit of mud, it looks like about what a goblin's foot pattern would look like. So, it's a track, for lack of a better way to say it.
Okay.
I guess we follow her at this point. If that's what, I guess I'll start following it if they want to join me. I guess I'll leave that up to them.
Now we're just going to ditch you in the woods.
I'll follow you as well.
Alright, so you guys are following the trail of broken branches and whatever else that footpath was going towards. As you continue along, the path seems to be, the trail seems to be almost teetering away a little bit. I would like everyone to either roll a search or spot. Search if you're actively looking for not everyone that's searching. Actively looking for specifically something can roll a search. If you're just looking for anything, roll a spot. Obviously, search is harder than spot. Alright, so, Kelb,
16. And that was for a spot check.
16 spot. Noah,
14 spot.
Demois.
18 for search.
Alright. You are all able to basically see the exact same thing and continue along. If you're curious what it was, it looks like someone had cut up a bit of a tree and then maybe they were happy or maybe they were angry, but they definitely, someone with some sort of weapon hit a tree a few times. carved in some sort of... Do any of you speak Goblin or know Goblin?
I believe I do. Let me double check.
I think it would say...
No, unless those goblins also speak Orc.
Yes, I speak Goblin.
What you see is it's not just a random... there is some random slashes into the tree, but there is clearly a word saying left in Goblin, so it's probably some sort of directions as to where to go.
Tucson, Samael. I speak Goblin, and what's carved here says to go to left.
Did you just talk to yourself, by the way? You said Tucson and Samael.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
You just referred to yourself in the third person. Good job.
Oh, by the way, Marcus, I would be able to technically read the Goblin language, I just wouldn't be able to understand the damn thing.
Right. You would be able to read it out loud.
Dwarven alphabet.
Yeah.
Closest I have is gnome, but that's not really close.
They also use the Dwarven alphabet.
Yeah, they use the same one. It's kind of like if you read a Spanish word, you could probably enunciate it right. You might say it slightly wrong, but you have no idea what it means, for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like me reading instructions in Spanish.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Noah's character tells you guys, hey, it says left on this.
Left to where?
Just left. I'd assume it's off of where it's written.
How do we
How
know
do
it's
you
not a
know
trap?
it says you filthy goblin whore?
Wow.
God damn it, Liam. God damn it.
Yeah. I guess we'll go left of the tree that it's carved in. That would be my assumption, seeing that it says left on the tree. Can I spot if there's can I roll a search for tracks to the left of the tree? I guess be more, or
Sure.
instead of just going blindly.
Go ahead and roll search.
$18.
Moving some, I guess, leaves away, you can clearly see a footprint. And then there are leaves that, as you see the footprint, the path it's going, kind of pushed into the mud a bit, so clearly they must have walked that direction.
There's definitely tracks to the left of the tree, so let's seems that the directions were correct. No response.
Do you guys intend to continue following? Or?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. We're following tracks right now.
okay.
Alright, so you guys decide to follow that path. As you continue to go, everyone roll a willpower. Or a will save, sorry.
Where's my will even at? 0. Thanks, game. Oh, higher than I thought it'd be.
Kel?
14.
Noah?
15.
Demois?
23.
Alright. As you continue along, following, I would like all three of you to make another search check, or spot check as the path kind of gives away a bit again. Kelb?
A 2. And a 3 possibly if that gives me any more information.
On search or spot?
The 2 would be spot. I get a +1 to search.
It depends on what. If you were looking specifically for like broken branches or like feet trail, then it would be a search.
I'm just trying to get an extra point if I was actually gonna be
Okay.
searching instead of spotting.
Well,
I don't think it matters either way.
No, it really doesn't. Noah?
13 spot.
Alright. Demois?
10 spot.
Okay. Kelb starts to drift off to the left as you are clearly following the path, Noah. And Demois, you are kind of drifting off to the right. You're pretty sure you're going the same way as Noah, but you're pretty sure maybe they went off a little bit to the side and he's just wrong. I mean, you're not going in the wrong way. It's just you're slowly drifting to the right. But Kelb, you've almost made a like 45, 90 degree turn. And as you begin to walk that way, you kind of hear almost a whisper in the back of your head. Nothing really that you would be concerned about. Maybe it's just some sort of tune that you heard, and it's just now playing in the back of your head. The back of your mind. Roll me spot, all three of you.
Spot specifically this time.
Yeah, it's to realize that people aren't going the same way.
Wouldn't be a problem. We just burn down the forest.
Kelb?
18.
Noah?
Noah?
10.
Demois?
19.
Noah, you don't even realize they left you, but both of you realize you are not following a path and that you are not even near Noah at this point. Demois, you're like 10 feet away. Kelb, you're like 20 feet away. Maybe 30.
Hey guys, where'd y'all wander off to? I'll yell that out.
I'm still following the path.
How thick of a forest are we talking about the way, Marcus?
How thick?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna. It's not necessarily dense, but kind of like this, the background that we can see.
What side?
The right side.
I think he's
Which side is the right-hand side?
Oh, the side with the river, I would say, is about the proper thickness minus the river. If it was like the left,
Okay.
I mean, you guys would be probably not seeing each other.
oh,
Yeah, which is why I was asking. I'm like, okay, 10 and 20 feet, might be able to see each other still, depending on the thickness of the forest.
I thought you was asking to see if you needed to roll for a listen.
Nope, you guys see each other. It's just you wandered away from each other.
Okay, then I didn't need to yell out where did y'all wander off to.
You might have. You
Oh.
just like you start looking around like, where'd y'all go? And then you saw them, and you're like, oh.
I'll rejoin. I'll start working towards where Noah is, and
Yeah, Sam.
All right. So one more search or spot check from you.
I'm gonna go search this time. Not that a +1 really does much for me.
Kelb,
18.
Noah,
Search.
17 spot.
Demois.
18 spot.
All right, so you guys are walking forward, and you can see off in the distance a slight clearing with some crude tents. And you would almost be willing to bet, based on the fact that you're still following the trail, that is probably the goblins. Do you want to sneak up and examine it from afar, or inside of bushes, or on top of trees, or just rush in, or walk in the camp like pimps and make them a deal? What do you wish to do?
Do the tents look flammable?
Yes?
Tucson, how much oil do you have?
Let me check. I'm rustle through my bag a little. I got 6 pints I can spare.
Are you saying you have more than 6 pints in the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if I could speak Goblin, I probably would try to use diplomacy to talk them into them, but I'll just go along with them at this point because I don't speak Goblin.
Well, you now know that Noah's character can read and speak it. So if
Yeah,
your
but-
character truly wants to do some sort of diplomacy, and they're talking about setting stuff on fire, this is the point where your character either has to decide, I'll stand back and let them do it, or I should try to convince him to talk to them.
Marcus, I'm not talking about just setting things on fire. I'm literally talking about firebombing them.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Hey guys,
Because I also have
Crafting
5
tiny
points of oil
nukes.
on me.
hey guys,
Pretty much like them.
hey guys, we probably could talk them out of attacking the farm.
Or we could kill them. And take what they have.
I guess I'll back you up on y'all's decision, but I honestly feel like we should try talking to them first before killing them.
How far away are Rain?
You're-
How far away are we from the camp?
You're far enough away that you can see it, but not far enough to start doing anything. You'd probably have enough time to in a sense, begin to move silently and examine the camp before making any kind of decision. So if you want to see if they have a lot of stuff, or if you want to see if there's a whole bunch of them, or whatever, as long as you roll to move silently well enough, you'd have enough time to be able to do that. You're not like all
I
up in
was
there.
I was thinking making essentially a Molotov cocktail with the pints of oil and rope.
Gotcha. You'd have a little bit more ways to go before you throw.
I was more worried about the sound of me using my Dwarven War Axe to cut up the rope because I don't have any other like scissors or any other cutting instrument on me. Oh, no, because none of my artisan's tools for blacksmithing would work.
Yeah, but
There might be some in there.
I mean, as long as you have a blade, you probably... Everyone theoretically, according to D&D, has a small dagger. Not a dagger necessarily big enough to be a dagger, but something big enough for the purpose of, like...
Pocket knife.
Right, like a pocket knife.
I never liked that idea.
Alright.
What's your will save, guy?
Mine specifically.
Yeah, you're specific.
Whatever the fuck I roll.
Okay. Roll will save. So, diplomacy.
Well, it wouldn't be a will save versus diplomacy, unless you have some sort of
Oh,
special
would it
thing.
not? No.
It would be
Okay.
you would say something, roll your diplomacy, and then if Kelb wishes to counter it, he can counter it, and then he rolls a sense motive. And then if
Okay.
his sense motive beats your diplomacy, he doesn't have to do or be convinced by what you say. If your
Okay.
diplomacy wins, then technically he does, to a
Okay.
degree at least.
Well,
I'll be right back.
Okay. More or less, I just more or less want to try to convince them to talk to him first, so I rolled a 19 for diplomacy. 11 plus... I mean 20, sorry. 11 plus 9 is 20.
So that'll be against your sense motive then, Kelb.
Yeah, and Marcus, if you're wondering what the roll is, you see it right there on the top.
Yeah, I saw a 17, but I don't know what your modifier is.
Yes, it's 0, Marcus. Like I said, you saw the roll on the die.
Oh, gotcha. Were you doing it just to Demoise's character, or were you doing it to Noah's character as well? Demoise.
Noah seemed to kind of go wrong with whatever He was going. It seemed. I don't know. Noah.
Okay. Well, it comes down to who you're trying to convince. If you're saying it to the group, it would be essentially to both of them. If you're doing it specifically to Kelb's character, then it would be to Kelb's character.
Well, it seemed like he was he seemed like more so that he was the one that was wanting to burn stuff down.
I could go either way, but I lean more towards the fire attack. So it's probably.
So I guess I need to roll again for.
No,
him.
it's, your role will transfer over. It's to if it's to the group. If you're saying if the first thing was to Kelb's and then you're looking to him and go, saying another thing, then I'd let you do another one. So if you want to do that, go.
It's more so. It's not that I'm trying to like force y'all to do something that y'all don't want to. It's just more so my character is.
No, it's Demois. It's fine. That's
Okay.
how role playing works. Is you gotta play to your character. If your character's like I don't want to kill, and everyone else is like I want to kill,
Well,
your character shouldn't just be like, well, I've changed my ways.
It's
And then you lose your class.
it's more so my character. It's not that I'm not willing to kill something. Like if something attacks me, like I will defend myself. It's just more so
He needs the reason to kill versus the just to kill. Right. No, it's
Yeah.
fine. So
They destroyed property.
do you want to?
It's high treason.
not. I feel like destroying property isn't enough. First,
It's
my
high
character.
treason against the farmer.
I want to, more or less. I'm like, we should just talk to them, and that's why I'm rolling to palm scent. Marcus.
Okay. So, Calb, he looked at you and went, I really would like to talk to him first, basically. And he seems pretty sentimental about it, like he really wants to, so it's a thing of you're thinking maybe I should just let him do it, and then if it fucks up, I'll just shoot the fire in there anyway. Or, not anyway, I'll just shoot the fire in there with him in there, but if he succeeds, then I guess I go with that.
Oh, I don't have to go with it, Marcus. After his diplomacy thing happens, I could still firebomb it afterwards.
True, I guess.
Because I got convinced to let him do the diplomacy. Whether or not that works out or not, I don't care afterwards. It's not on me.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Fine, but I'm still going to prep the oil.
Hey,
That's what his
turn.
character said to you.
Well, if we must fight, then I will fight alongside of you. I just would like to try to talk to them first. And I'll turn towards Noah characters and say, do you mind translating for me when we approach the camp?
Sure.
How much rope would you suppose would go into a pint of oil?
Just to put in there to be kind of like the wick or whatever for it.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I mean, maybe.
Well, it's still going to shorten one of my silk ropes, so...
Depends on the. How big would the bottle be? I mean, if it was something.
I don't know.
A pint?
A pint
A
size?
little bit less than a foot if you're gonna have it touching
Yeah,
the base.
it'd
Right.
be around 8 inches, roughly.
How many tents were there?
3. So, what do you guys do?
Well, as I said to Demois' character, I'm prepping the oil. Still.
Demois and Noah?
Walk up towards it and, say to Noah to, to ask them to show themselves.
Are you gonna get a bit closer? Or are you gonna say this kind
Yeah.
of far back?
Slightly closer, enough to where it doesn't feel like we're attacking them like that distance. Like close enough where they can hear it, but not far enough away to where they can't hear us talking to them.
Okay.
By the way, along our walking path there, I will ask Tucson if he could give me 3 of his oil flasks. Or whatever.
I will give you the 3.
Okay.
All right. So, Noah, do you follow Demoise's character up a little ways?
Yep.
All right. So then eventually you guys stopped, not too close, but not too far, and he turned to you and he said, "Can you yell out to them to come out and show themselves?"
Yeah. In Goblin, I'm gonna say, come out, we wish to speak with you.
All right. Roll me a diplomacy, Noah.
Oh shit, I'm rolling the diplomacy.
Yep. Have fun with that.
And 20 total.
For a moment, I thought you rolled a fucking nat 20. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Diplomatic.
They 3 goblins come out looking a little suspicious or whatever. When I say come out, I don't mean out of a tent. I mean they must have been behind a tent or whatever, but they were probably out.
They
So
come
they
out of a
peer around
fucking
the
box.
side and see ya, and then yell in Goblin, "Who's there?"
I am Tucson Heartcrunch, and this is Samael.
And
Not even going to mention the fucking dwarf.
You're the surprise hidden in the bush.
I'll look over towards Noah again and say, let them know that we would like to know why they're attacking the farm.
We come to ask you why you've been attacking the local farm here.
Goddamn cat.
Roll me diplomacy again.
This cat done meowing.
16.
All right,
Seems
they
like it.
just yell back to you, "We didn't attack a farm."
What the fuck did you just say, Marcus?
We didn't attack a farm.
Tell them that, we followed goblin tracks from the farm to here.
Oh, we were investigating the area of where this happened, and we happened to track some trails back to here.
One of the goblins responds with, "We were there, but we didn't attack it."
Did you happen to see what did?
Nope, we got the nice thing.
The nice thing?
Goblins would say nice thing, goddamn it, Marcus.
All glory to nice thing.
At least it's not
It was Goblin Jesus.
Goddamn it, Lamb.
Nice thing is God, or what would it be? Nice thing. Oh, what the fuck would they say for some sort of little thing they're worshiping? We worship nice thing.
Could we see this nice thing to pay our respect?
Do you follow the nice thing?
I'm not sure. I've explored many religions, but I've yet to find one that I've actually decided to follow.
Be right back.
I want all 3 of you to roll a will save.
What the fuck? Fine.
They know we're here.
I feel like this is something out of fucking Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I do too, Lamb. And I also feel this fucking willpower is related to the goddamn voice we apparently heard.
Oh, no one
Well,
else heard
you-
it. It was just
Okay.
you, Kel. Just
Do
Oh,
you
just
know-
me? Okay.
Do you know what I'm referring to, Calb, though?
Yes. 13.
I don't, Lamb, to be honest. You got 13?
Okay.
Noah?
7.
Demois?
22.
Alright, Noah, you
Wait,
can
roll si-
hear something in the back of your head as if it's some sort of song that you might have been hearing or whatever. It's nothing that you would necessarily think too excessively on. Kelb, that thing in the back of your mind, at this point, it's kind of like a chanting.
Fuck those goblins. Fuck those goblins.
Nevertheless,
Got
that's what
everyone.
happens there.
God damn it, Lamb.
And the goblins said, you know, do you worship me? You said, I don't really follow anything. They go, roll me diplomacy real quick, Noah, to see if they are convinced to let you come see, based on what you had said.
11.
Well, they nat 1, so they go, yes,
Wait.
you come see. Come see the nice thing.
Seriously, that one. Wow.
So do you and Demois go into their little camp?
I will follow into the camp.
Indeed.
All right, the two of you walk into the camp, and as you go around the tent and finally see in the middle of the campsite, there being a stump, upon it sits a totem that they must have been worshipping or whatever before you came. And real quickly, we'll swap back over to Tate and Lamb.
Yep.
Still can't believe that one.
Yeah, I know. Me neither. Especially because they natural 20'd earlier. Alright, so what are you and two doing? I don't know why I said and. What are you two doing?
Alright.
Lamb, you were checking out more of the perimeter of the hedge maze, and Tate, you were walking into the flower garden.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
I
mostly just
was.
waiting for the guards to show up.
Okay. Tate?
I am checking on the flower garden. I am still following that trail of blood.
So you're following. The trail of blood at this point has pretty much, I don't know, become weird. As if someone. It's as if there might be a couple of paths here, to a degree.
Huh.
So someone might have been having trouble carrying the body, or maybe they came from another area and went through this area.
Alright.
And the
Is
blood
there
is very
anybody else?
sparse, to a degree.
Is there
What?
anybody else in the flower garden?
No, not right now. All it is just the gardener that you.
Just Jim Bob the Druid.
You can see a gardener. I forgot. You were inside the hedge maze, so you did not see Lamb talk to him. You see a man in very druidic-looking clothes tending to some flowers. Looks like he's weeding. And as you can imagine, with how much there is here, it's probably a couple days' job.
I wander up to him. Hello there.
He just kind of looks at you almost wide-eyed. Hello?
At this point, I'm probably used to that simply for the fact that, I'm a foxkin.
Sure.
Alright.
No, you're not on drugs.
I do have just a simple question for you, sir, if you do not mind me asking.
I work.
Can I get your name?
I didn't even give him a name. Killer.
He's just the gardener.
Yeah. He tells you his name. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Oh.
What about murderer?
Yeah, it's murderer.
His name's
That's his
Eisen.
name. No, God, no.
His name's
Uh,
Kubo.
His name is. He tells you his name is Gartner.
Gartner.
To be fair,
I
I had
like
a cleric
that.
called
Go.
Heels.
Alright. Well, I thank him. Thank you, sir. That's all I really needed to know. And I do check the area just in case to.
Roll me a search.
$14.
Something that's ridiculously easy to see is there is a garden shed.
Marcus, I found his name.
What? What?
Garden McGarden face.
No, shut up. All right.
No.
You can see a shed. It's that smaller square that's near the maze.
Okay.
Do you go and check it out?
Slowly slink up my way to the shed. Just in case there's somebody inside. I don't know. I don't know
Alright.
this area.
It looks like it's opened up, so it's probably, the gardener's, and he's probably using stuff that was from in there.
I do head inside to look around.
All right. Do you sneak inside, or do you just go right inside?
Oh, it's a sneak.
Okay. So you sneak on inside. I want you to roll me a search when you get in there.
$16.
As you're looking around, you can see various sharp items. Some knives, like scissors or shears, whatever. Spade. Just different items that could all theoretically be used for killing. Maybe that knife was a throw off and one of these items was cleaned off and is the actual weapon. As you begin to search more, you realize, probably not. Most of these are the wrong shape or size. You do find plenty of bags of dirt and fertilizer, probably for the flowers. And then you also find someone's journal, and it's written in a couple different languages. One of them is common, and it says flowers. Otherwise, it's got, as far as you can tell, like elf and dwarf and
I can read out.
Druidic, probably. You don't know. There's a couple different languages. Some of them you know then. Each one of those languages says flowers.
This man is clearly addicted to flowers.
Do you want to check out his flower journal, or do you just leave it be?
I leave it be. I'm pretty sure this is all him.
Okay. So do you head on out, or what do you do? Tate.
Thinking about it for a moment, logically speaking, I don't think the flower garden has what I'm looking for. So I think I'm gonna head back and try looking around for another clue.
Alright, so as you exit the shed, Lamb, you see Mr. Rick walking up with a guard, heading over towards the hedge maze. Do you approach them, or do you just wait there for them? Lamb?
I apologize. My earphones fell out. What happened?
Rick and a guard are walking towards the hedge maze. Do you approach them, or do you wait there for them?
I'm just gonna wait where I am.
Alright. They walk forward and eventually meet you where you're at, which I assume is the entrance to the hedge maze.
Mm-hmm.
Do you say anything to them first, or no?
The only thing I've found, I'm not even sure is actually implicated, though my partner may have found more for you.
What did you find?
And then I'm going to...
One of the guardsmen says.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Not,
go and
but not Rick.
point out the amulet.
I see. Well,
As I said,
where's
this may not be anything important, but it may have belonged.
Well, we'll find out as
woman.
we investigate. Where was the body at?
Yeah, I'm just gonna lead them through the maze at this point.
Alright, you'll lead them to it, and the guard is examining the body while Rick stands there next to you. Do you try to interrogate him more, or go look for more clues in this area? I'll give you a hint. There is at least one more thing in this spot to try and find.
Well, I was going to ask him the name of the other guard, or the other ranger, rather.
Alright, so you look at Rick and say, what's the other ranger's name?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a gather information real quick. So Calb, can you roll his d20?
That was his bonus?
7.
So 26.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, the other ranger, his name's Carl. He didn't tell me about hearing or seeing anyone, and he didn't even let me know if he found my knife, which has been missing for a few days now. But, yeah, his name's Carl. He's an okay chap, but seems to keep to himself a lot anymore.
And what's with the gardener? I talked to him briefly, but he didn't seem to communicate well.
Oh, Gartner? Yeah, he was raised in the woods or something like that, and eventually someone found him and let him come here, and he saw our garden and just, he wanted to take care of this park. So he's been working on that garden for, oh, I don't know, maybe half a year?
I see.
You can roll a sense motive if you don't think he's telling the truth on anything.
No, I'm pretty sure he's telling the truth. I
Okay.
don't have a reason to suspect the gardener at this point.
No, Rick. If you think Rick is lying.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's why I'm choosing to believe Rick in this instance.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, at this point, I'm gonna leave the guard to what he's doing with the body and continue searching through the maze. See if I
Alright.
can find anything.
Roll a search. Kelp.
That was a bonus of +4, right?
Yeah, he definitely made it.
Yeah.
As
Okay.
you search around a little bit more, you come across a scarf. Upon bending down and examining it, the ends are frayed as if someone had attacked the person wearing it. But it's not too long to figure out that this is clearly some sort of fashion statement, and the ends are frayed on purpose. But as you continue to look at it and figure this out, you did notice there was some strands of hair in the scarf.
So, I'm going to take one of my arrows and mark it there, and leave it in the ground there so I can find this place easily enough again. and go tell both Rick and the garden about both Rick and the gardener. Wow, Rick and the guard about that.
Okay. They give you a nod, acknowledging that you found something potentially.
And then I'm gonna go find Tate because it's probably been like 20 minutes since I've seen him, and I don't know what the hell he's found.
All right. Well, as you exit the maze, is about the same time, roughly, that Tate exits the shack. You guys can absolutely see each other because you're not that far away from each other, in a sense.
So I'm waving him towards me.
Tate?
I do see that, and I look around for just a moment before bounding my way probably back over. Yes.
So Rick has fetched the guards. If you've found anything, you may want to show them.
Okay. I do have a quick question.
Oh?
I asked the gardener. He gave me his name. Since he fetched the guard, quick question. This is to the guard too, by the way. Are you stationed here?
The guard is in the maze. This is outside the maze.
Oh, is Rick with us then?
Nope, Rick is with the guard.
Okay. I do have a question for Rick. If I need to get his full name.
Okay.
Because I found
They're
something
just inside the maze
interesting.
with the, They're just inside the maze with the, body, so...
I am gonna tell Lamb I found the knife.
Then tell Lamb that you found the knife.
Okay. I did find a knife on my way over to the, out of the maze. Was it the knife in the maze?
Yep, it was in the maze.
Yeah, in the maze. It had the initials RQ on it. So, like, it was handmade.
Rick was saying he had lost a knife.
It was bloodied. About when did he lose it?
He said he had lost it a few days ago.
That body is a few days old.
No, Tate, I told you that body is probably a day old.
A day old.
Well, okay, not a day. Like, it happened yesterday, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his story doesn't... It would check out. But that means somebody's either trying to frame him...
Keep in mind, there is a second guard. Well, a second ranger, rather.
Yeah. I think we should go into the maze and question Rick a little more. Maybe he can lead us into something else, some kind of clue.
Perhaps.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna start walking into the maze with Len.
Alright, so you guys go in the maze and head on up to Rick, and there he is.
I was just gonna leave this one to you this time around.
Hey, Ranger Rick.
What can I do you for?
Oh, who's your friend?
This is one of the city guards. He's here to help me handle this.
I turn to the guard for a second. I do have a question. Are you stationed around this area often?
Ma'am, I get stationed wherever they tell me to work that day. Most of the time, yes, I'm in the center of the city. Sometimes I'm in the market district, but it's wherever they put me.
Alright. So, I turn back to Rick. I heard you lost a knife.
Yes, I did.
Do you know if there was anything special about the knife?
Oh, well, all of the rangers, even the ones that left, get a specially made knife. We get them from the city. Oh, Jesus. The city gets. God.
Marcus, are you okay?
You okay
Yeah,
over there,
I
Marcus?
had to recollect my thought. The city gives them to anyone that's willing to work in the park. I mean, really, every guard gets one, but it kind of, almost shows it's like a badge of honor. We have ones that have a certain design for the park, so every ranger has had one. Some people collect a collection of them, a city guard, and then a ranger guard, and then an arena guard, and get them all mounted and so forth, but I lost mine. When I say lost, I think it's more took, because I left it here inside of the ranger house, whatever you want to call it. What would it be called? Ranger outpost? Hut, maybe? Shack? Ranger shack? I don't know.
Some.
Right, small ranger building. I thought I left it in there, and I couldn't find it in there. Shows for leaving my stuff here in a public area.
Ranger station.
Yeah, ranger station, I guess. Why? Do you know who took it?
Not what I expected when I googled Ranger Station.
We want to know.
Apparently the Ford Ranger has a website called therangerstation.com. Who knew?
Alright then.
Probably the guy who made
Yeah.
the website.
Yeah.
Do you know, Rick, on the day you
But
lost
still,
the knife, do you know who you were
Not what I
stationed
expected.
Well, for a
Not
while
what I
now, it's just
expected
been
at
me
all.
and Carl.
Carl.
Rick, what's your last name?
Quirk.
Kills
Why do you
people.
ask?
with? Do you know where
So I'm looking at-
Carl is at the moment?
He'll be here eventually. I mean, he's stationed to pick up the shift tonight. I mean, if I see him when he gets here, I'll lead him to your way if you wanted to ask him about last night, but I'd highly suggest continuing to search around. At least until he gets here, because I sometimes he's on time and sometimes he's late, to be honest, but right now we're a little short-staffed because a couple of guards have retired and we need to recruit more before we worry about having too many people in the park. City defense, I guess, is a little more important than park cleanup. Not
Yeah.
everyone cares about nature like me.
Or the gardener.
Goddamn druids.
Or the gardener.
His name is literally Gardner, by the way.
Yes, I know. I've
Yeah, he knows
worked
that.
with them.
And no thanks. I do thank you for your time. Yeah, we'll continue to look around. I do walk. Huh?
Go ahead. He was just
At
gonna
that-
say, all right. So
Yeah, I do. As he says, all right, I do turn around with Lamb and I urge him out
Okay.
with me.